still on the AFCON, let's talk about one player who will be headlining that tournament. He plays for the Pharaohs of Egypt. He's Mo Salah. It's sad to see that this is happening in a club like Liverpool, where, I mean, he's attained legendary status, if you ask me, ever since he signed. You know, every season has been remarkable for Mo Salah, but last season was the benchmark, where he scored so many goals, assisted so many, and something unprecedented in his career. You know, being on the bench for 3 games in a row. He didn't play in 2.
It's not unprecedented
in his career. I mean, for Mo Salah,
wasn't on the bench at Chelsea.
Well,
wasn't on the bench at FC
It's not something that really happens to
and
him.
Roma. He didn't start his football at Liverpool now.
But, you know, on the bench 3 games in a row, back of what he'd done last season for Liverpool, came off the bench against Sunderland, wasn't called upon against Leeds, and at the mix zone, he went all guns blazing, explosive interviews, and you know, so many ex-footballers have been, you know, sharing their thoughts, sharing their opinions. Rooney went as far as saying Salah is ruining his legacy.
He is.
With Liverpool, with what he's come out to do. But don't you think, with what he's done over the years, that, I mean, he's excused to come out to say what he has to say? Or what do you make of the whole thing?
What he's achieved over the years, most go by an African player, 184. Most go for Liverpool, 182. 6 most season with
18 goals
10 plus goal. Man, see, Mo Salah's record speaks for himself.
Yeah.
But they say to whom much is given, much is expected. The more you grew, 20 years ago, I can fight on the street, and it will not be a big deal. I won't even, it won't blink. I won't blink. If you give me a slap,
I mean, look at the stats. I mean,
Mo Salah have got, like I said,
every season over 20 goals, remarkable goal contributions.
We talk about last season being one of the greatest because of the 23 assists, right? But in 2017, 2018, had 44 goals. Yeah. For me, that's because that's his job. The assist is on the side. But then if you add 44 goals plus 16, that's 60 goals.
Goal contribution.
Goal contribution. In that last season that we'll call his best, his goal and assist contribution is 57. So, but either way, there's no way you can fault Mo Salah. Mo Salah is another player you can't fault on what is delivered. But I think the things he said is what Adboss is allowed, but how you go about it. You know how they say it's not what you said, but how you said it and where you said it that matters. And it seemed like man who was hanging on to straw. Where was he? If you have a personal issue with Carra, deal with him. Both of you are Liverpool greats. I do not support that conversation of people saying Jimmy Carragher is a bad player. That day will not come. You don't play 660-something games for one club. You don't be player of the season twice at a club. And even if it is a relegation club, it means that you've done something well. Where are all the other players in that team? You don't be in the Premier League team of the year maybe once or twice and be a bad player. Because what that means when people call Carragher, like, you know, the other day somebody said he had 7 own goals, right? Rio Ferdinand have 6 own goals. Does that mean Rio Ferdinand is a bad player? You don't win the champion. You don't play 2 Champions League finals and be a bad player. No, I don't think so. That's my own take. You don't lead a team to 2 Champions League finals, win 1, lose 1, and be a bad player. I don't think so. So when I hear people say, "Oh, Jim Carragher, his career was a flop," like, wait a minute. Are you saying this based on fact or based on your sentiment? But having said that, I think Mo Salah have done enough to be Liverpool great. But one of the things I like to tell footballers is every game you have started, somebody sat on the bench. A team signs, register 25 players plus the other extras. Every time you have started, somebody sat on the bench. If you are a true leader, you should also understand that this team is going through tough patches. This coach that you are now saying you don't have good relationship with, unless you're telling me that the coach was picking your sentiment. So when they pick you, the relationship is good. When they don't pick you, a coach also do not all the time have to explain. That's why I've never taken side with Zlatan Ibrahimovic when he's going against Pep Guardiola. Also with Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure is done his coaching badge. I need him to go and coach. There is not a coach worth his onion that will not offend player. Any coach that does not offend players, achieve anything for a career. It's a monumental failure. To be a successful coach, you go offend players. That's part of the job. It comes with the description of the job. And putting you on the bench, it's not a big deal. It's part of the requirement of playing football. You're not telling a coach that, oh, you must play irrespective of what, because of what you've done in the past. No. People are shouting Slot should go. Why are we not judging him based on what he achieved last season? That if he can just come into the league, a league where he doesn't know before, and win the league, then he should be given more time. So you cannot say let's judge you based on what you've done in the past. Right now the season is going south. Things are not doing well. At this stage, they are still within the chasing pack.
Yeah.
They're still within the chasing pack. Let's not forget that when they won the COVID title, the following season they had these 5 games on the stretch where they didn't win a single game, and everybody was saying club should go, right? And then he revived it, but they ended the season in 3rd position. Liverpool are still within a shot of winning this title, defending their title. That they still have that mathematical chance. So when the results are not going well, you as a professional footballer should know that the coach will start doing what they call panic picking. Let me drop some established players who feel untouched and see if the other guys will take their chances. The more hungry players will pick their chances. If they do, you are a genius. Clement Vesterhoff in 1994 in the finals against unfortified Zambia, who planned against all the players that we have, picked Amunike. It looked like a genius. You know why? Because Amunike scored 2 goals and we won. Just imagine for a minute that I pick Amunike. On that day, Amunike was a flop. He wasn't ready. People would say the coach sold the match because he picked a player that didn't have experience at that level, who had not played at that kind of big competition. You didn't play him in group stage. You didn't play him in dead rubber games. You want to play him in the finals. That's what everybody would say. Like they always say about Pep Guardiola. Oh, when he loses a final, he's overthinking. He's do this, he's do that. The thing about coaching is it's not QED, quite easily done. The formula that worked for you yesterday will fail you today. The same set of players that you put in a game and you get it all done can become the same set of players that you'll be beating 5-0, but trashed by a team that are even struggling. So that's how football is. If a coach now decides not to play you, there's fire on the mountain for him. The club will not sack the entire set of teams, but they can sack a coach. The coach maybe have just tried to settle in with his family, won the league title 1 season, and now he say, okay, I want to settle in. And then you're doing this. You are a leader. If you do this, what would some other people say? We've been using Virgil van Dijk. Well, I never saw him as best player, best defender in Premier League anyway. But they've been using him as a meme. Everything. He's been twerking and the rest. I don't think he's gone out to do all of this kind of press conference. I think Mo Salah should be in the dressing room, rallying the troops, telling everybody that it doesn't matter whether I play or not. Right now, what we need is get back to winning ways. We shouldn't be dropping points. We shouldn't be losing matches. But to come out and be throwing everybody under the bus and acting like, oh, he's a victim.
So Tony Public is the main
I think
issue
it's
for you.
bad. I think it's bad. If you really want to have a talk with the coach, that's why you are a staff of Liverpool. You have a contract. It is within your entitlement to go and have a meeting with the coach and say, Coach, I want to talk to you. Recently, we saw the much praised angelic Arsene Wenger. Recently, we saw what Ashley Coach said about how in a game where he was torn to pieces and substituted, Wenger didn't say anything to him. And that affected him. You know, but it's one of those things. It is other players, other senior players that came rally around him and boost his confidence. Every team you go. I played for a coach who told me, if you like, you score 10 goals. I don't care. Next match, you're not going to play. You go back to Africa. It's not a big deal. Other people have seen that. Go and read your Sunday Lisa book. Some of the things that coaches have done to him and Victor Kpeba and some other black players that have faced. Go and read other books of players and see their own account. Some you will believe, some you take with a pinch of salt, some you look like, oh, why are you being a diva? But I think that Mo Salah being a leader of the team, knowing that, okay, I have a legacy, I've built this team now, the success of this team is also tied to me. Like there is a reign, there's an era, there is a dispensation where all of the success of the winning the league title in COVID season, winning the Champions League, playing in the finals and losing to Madrid, beating Tottenham Hotspur in the final, all of those things will be tied to me. I need to protect it. You don't mess it up. You don't just waste it. This is not how, no matter how your frustration is, this is not how to remedy it. This is not one of the many ways to fix it. So I think that it's gone about it. I agree that multiple truths can stand side by side, but this is not one truth. There's not a right way of doing a wrong thing. What is wrong is wrong. You don't go through the team, the coach, or relationship with the coach in the media. Media will always ask questions. Your job is to answer it intelligently so that the morale of the team is not distorted. Now, all the conversation about Liverpool is on Mo Salah and his relationship with Arne Slot. And Arne Slot is battling to get results, going from a winning position, always dropping points and losing matches or drawing matches. Now he's dealing with his relationship with Mo Salah. Then somebody will ask, okay, does he also have a good relationship with Virgil van Dijk? Which other player, how many people has he lost the dressing room? And when you get to that, they get him fired. What will you gain? I mean, we've seen that happen. AVB at Chelsea, Rafa Benitez at Chelsea. A coach is trying to steady a ship and the players are throwing tantrum and doing all these things. I mean, at some point you look at Mo Salah and ask yourself, you've given a lot to Liverpool. But there were places where you go, they didn't rate you. Liverpool was one of those who believed in you as well and kept you in and gave you the chance to excel. So don't make it look like you did everything. If you're that good, you've not won anything with Egypt. So it's not just about you. There are some other people who made the contribution to make you this hero. You didn't have those kind of people in Egypt. That's why you've not won anything. That's why Jamie Carragher will keep looking at you playing in Egypt and AFCON. I call it a small tournament, even though we know that the AFCON is one of the biggest tournaments in the world. Okay? But these are some of the factors you need to bring into the conversation. I will not take side with Mo Salah here. He's my African brother. I like him. He's a legend. We can't take that away.
Do you think he's trying to get all the blame? Like, because that's what he's trying to say, that he thinks someone wanted him to get all the blame.
Was there
that the club has thrown him under the bus? That, you know, ever since
was there a press conference where they threw him under the bus?
You know, people felt he's not tracking back. He's not.
Was it tracking back?
Work ethics in the team.
Is it true?
The team is grinding out results.
No, the thing that they said, is it true? Is it tracking back? No, because they call him Egyptian Messi missing. He be strolling on the field like Messi.
But is contest, that's what is
it tracking
like
back?
He's delivered the goals. Sometimes he that's why I asked that question. Is he excusable based on what he's done? No, the things
you say people said about him, are they truth or not? You're not gonna answer again. You need to watch them every day. So if somebody can say that he's short, I'm not really Michael Jordan. I'm not Shaquille O'Neal. I'm not LeBron James tall. So even though in my mind's eye, this is the perfect height. If you're taller than me, you are abnormal. If you're shorter than me, you're a dwarf. But this is the ideal height anybody should have. Leave Timothy there, but with the height. I don't care about that one. It's not a height with that. You know, what I'm saying is, you can have an opinion about who you are. But if somebody says the truth, would you not find a way to, but this thing they said is true. You either, you remember when I asked Odion, why don't you score with your head? You remember that question? Because he doesn't score with his head. And eventually he scored one goal with his head and he not let me rest. He sent me the video like 1 million times. Point is, what the people said about him, is it true or not? At a time, say, if your team is coasting, everything is going fine, you can do something and get away with it. But if your team starts struggling, all of those things will be picked. All of those flaws will start getting picked. If they pick it, don't get angry. Maybe your reply should have been, but when I scored 43 goals, when I scored 34 goals, I was trolling. And we were still winning. The team is struggling. This is how I've been playing. Where is the relationship with Arne Slot? Where is that one coming from? Is that part of the question they ask him? No. Where did Jamie Carragher come out of nowhere? Because everybody wants to now drag Jamie Carragher into every conversation to make it sweet. To spice every conversation, Jamie Carragher must be mentioned.
Even Salah mentioned it, that he knows Jamie Carragher is going to come for him
where
now.
Where did Jamie Carragher come into that talk? Where? Is Jamie Carragher the only person that talks about Liverpool? A lot of people talk about Liverpool. Is it not true that the team is struggling? Is it not true that most time, even when they were winning, we used to say that Mo Salah does not track back? So why is it a big deal? Again, I have also watched quite a lot of shows where Jamie Carragher praised Mo Salah to the high heavens. Footballers are all the same with their disgusting, self-entitled bastard behavior of thinking that everybody hold them praise, everybody should jump up and throw them red carpet all the time. No. When you're doing well and your team is doing well, glory be to God. Odegaard is a fine player. I don't think he's a fine player. Arsene Wenger is the holy grail to certain people. I think he's one of the worst coaches in the world. It's my opinion. People might not like it. Some of the people who don't like me today have got nothing to do with personal relationship. They don't like me because I said Arsene Wenger is a bad coach. There are people who still believe in 2025 with information, education, everything on ground, who still believe that Arsene Wenger built the Emirates Stadium. Like, how dumb can that be? There are people who still believe it, and once I mention that it's not Arsene Wenger that built it, it causes problem. But it's my opinion. It's my opinion. I have also done my research to know that Arsene Wenger no build any stadium. That's just something they do in the media to help hype him. Just the same way everybody make it look like Thierry Henry is the greatest player to play in the Premier League. It's a lie. Alan Shearer have more goals. Other people are scoring more than him. Ryan Giggs have more titles. 13 against 2. But the guy who have 2 titles is the greatest to play in the Premier League. The guy who have 13. Even Cantona that they don't mention have more titles, more Premier League titles than him. And he single-handedly, if they want to use that word, won some of those titles for Manchester United. My point is, it depends on what floats your boat. You can't, what I hate with footballers, the thing that I hate with footballers is that belief that everybody should be singing your praise all the time. You know, they pay me salary. You have no right to be entitled to my praises. I come on the microphone and I say what I think as objective as I can with it. If you don't like it, F off. But if you're dealing with a team that is struggling, in the case of Liverpool right now, from defending the title, and Liverpool fans also have been here before.
Yeah.
They've been here before. So this cry is not unjustified. They've been here before where they are defending champions and the team is struggling and they say, don't worry, let's support. They end up in third. They also have been here before where they were defending champions before, Arsenal came to Anfield and won the title in 1989. And then they went for 30 years not winning it. Those memories have not completely been erased by the all of a sudden 7 years of plenty. There's 7 years of famine coming. They don't want to be part of it. So they're trying to be Joseph of Egypt. So Mo Salah should know better. You should be a good student of history.
So there's nowhere in what all he said or his antics
Nothing he
that
said
you
made
support.
sense. Nothing
that you
makes
support
sense. Nah,
anything
nah.
he does. So for
No, but picture it this way. They asked Mo Salah that question. And Mo Salah says, we are struggling now, but you know us. We are Anfield. We are Liverpool. We don't walk alone. We will bounce back. You know that he will be the hero the next morning. Be honest. Even you as a fan. Won't you be a hero? Say, we've been through this before. And we came back stronger and better. Last season, nobody picked us to win the title. We won it and everybody said, oh, the other teams drop off. But we won it. We can also do the same. And then there are so many ways to answer the question he was asked that have nothing to do with throwing and slot under the balls, that have nothing to do with dragging Jimmy Carragher in, that have nothing to do with throwing tantrum and forming wanting. Bro, you had a chance to move to Saudi Arabia, you sign an extension. And then you're talking about things that they promise you.
Yeah.
Did they promise you those things on the condition that you're not playing where you will still be getting them? An entitled person. And I always will say, for what he has done for Liverpool, he should be entitled to take a pass. When I go relegate first, he should be entitled to take you to relegation because he did all that thing for you.
So the thing is now, other players are not even stepping up because Salah, yes, is not producing the Salah numbers.
The team is suffering.
And yeah, exactly. So that's why he felt, okay, he's not the problem.
Then he shouldn't have said...
I'm not stepping up.
It's the same thing I'm telling you. Mo Salah could have used that chance to inspire everybody. He have a chance. I have a dream moment. Like they say, Martin Luther King, I have a dream was not on the speech. It's one lady that said, say it. And then he said it, right? He had his I have a dream moment and he blew it. Now, what we're doing, this is afterthought. We are not analyzing it. Should we be defending it? I know you're a Liverpool fan. You can never see. Not be you sit down for this chair. Tell me, say, Virgil van Dijk now the best defender in the Premier League. You sit down here and convince yourself. Say, Virgil van Dijk, when they mark, when they use other people till they do the job. Some people even came on the comment section to insult me. I won't understand now. The funny thing is when I say this,
bad days.
Oh, bad days, Abi.
Bad days.
From bad days, now they become bad season.
So you are
I said that
slot.
same thing about Rio Ferdinand many years ago. So they used to put the work. They say I don't know if I talk. We eventually saw it.
So you are on a slot now. Well, how would you handle this situation? We hear that he's not going to be part of the Champions League squad. But is there any other thought that you might? Okay, Mo Salah, prove us wrong. Get in the Champions League squad. It's Inter Milan. Go there and prove me wrong and do that thing. But now we hear he's going to be dropping the squad.
No sense in that. It's not going to play. They might go and lose to Inter Milan, but this is Liverpool. We shouldn't forget. Liverpool likes the big nights. It doesn't matter who plays. This is Liverpool. I know some wish who are fans of Inter Milan are licking their lips like they will give Liverpool 5-0. That's how they thought in the finals of the Champions League that Paris Saint-Germain are newcomer. They don't know anything. Nah, they shot 5, right? Liverpool might use this night to shock everybody. I will forget about Salah. Players are easily forgotten. Fans will move on and forget whether you existed. This is a club that have had, what's it called? Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Mark Manaman, John Barnes. Some of the fans that are following Liverpool today don't know those names. What's that guy that became your coach from playing number 7? What's his name?
Dalglish.
Kenny.
Yeah.
King Kenny. He's a king. King Kenny. Some people forget him. When he go coach Newcastle, people forget whether he ever do anything with Liverpool. This is the team that had Harry Kewell. What's his name? Bobby Firmino played for this club. To me, Bobby Firmino is one of the greatest players to play for Liverpool. I know that some of people will not agree with me, but what I saw him do, that guy made Sadio Mane and this Mo Salah now become kings. But he didn't get all the respect because he wasn't sticking it in the old onion bag. But he made it easy. He drew attention to himself to open the door for those guys. What I'm saying is that another guy will come in and they will forget. When I not forget Coutinho, they will forget whether Mo Salah ever existed, but the club will still be here.
Yeah.
Come rain, come shine, they will be Liverpool. Liverpool have seen hell and high water. Tsunami Mo Salah will not be one that would sweep them away. They can still go and play Inter Milan and lose by 100 goals. It won't change anything. But I think Arne Slot, when Arteta cut off Ozil, cut off Aubameyang, people had a lot of things to say. Ungrateful coach. He won FA Cup for you. You did this. You are that. He's afraid of big star players. Well, the club have moved on. Those guys have moved on. That's what football be.
So finally, end of the road. Do you see any coming back from this? Because he's hinted that maybe that after the AFCON, he's got Brighton at Anfield before he heads to the AFCON.
He's not going to play any match again. You just go to
AFCON. The last game. And from AFCON, he finds a new club. And so do you think it's the end of the road or any coming back?
January is... the AFCON would end on the 18th of January, right? There'll still be like 12 days to the end of the January transfer window. That time, Liverpool will be doing hot weather training somewhere. He would have had his own share of have a chance to win the tournament. I've said that this AFCON is for North Africa. Now, North African teams will win either Morocco or Egypt, but mostly Morocco is my top pick. But Egypt are coming with an Egyptian coach. Egypt always win when they have Egyptian coach. Mostly win, not always. Mostly win when they have Egyptian coach at the helm. Hassan Shiata, 2006, 2008, 2010. Let's remember, since that time, they've had Portuguese, the worst ever Portuguese coach, Carlos Queiroz. They've had some useless coaches from Chile, from Portugal, and they've not won it. Now they have Osana Sam, the twin brother, one of the twin. Yeah, someone who understands the passion of Egyptian football. Al-Ali legend, Egyptian national team legend. You know, they just might wake up from the dead, and he might be the guy who slaps the back head of Mo Salah and says, "Small boy, come and do something. All the things you've achieved in your life is for Liverpool, and now the Liverpool does not even respect you. Come and do the one thing that will make people treat you like a god in this country, in the whole of Africa. Come and do it now. This is your time." So he might win it for them, and then Saudi Arabia like, oh, the Pharaoh has risen. You know, the tomb have opened. The Pharaoh has risen. Let's bring him to Saudi Arabia as we lead up to, you know, building our league. They might, and then Liverpool will take the small, maybe 100 million, maybe 150 or less, and take that money and go get somebody else that would play for them.
Well, Liverpool fans, let's all take heart. It's tough days for us. Tough period. I've given up on the title. Top 4 still very much possible, even though he was trying to let me see the light and see mathematically we are still in the race. But I don't think I think it's 10 points behind us now, and 3 points.
You'll be like
top 4. So
you'll be like who they officiate over a funeral.
Let's just
I need to cut this part and send to China, Chiru.
Let's just take heart. It's been a tough season, and a slot. Let's turn things around. I mean, I don't know. I'm not seeing any lights.
Can you slot it in?
I don't see any. I'm not seeing any lights at the end. In the under club, when the team was struggling, you could see something happening. You could see that there's this bad form is going to turn around.
But we were here on this table in August when I said that money that people want to use to sign Isak,
you spend such amounts on
go and use it to sign defender. Go and use to sign defender that you guys don't have defenders who.
Now it's on Hunt. It's coming
you
back.
Said
to Hunt
what did you say? You said he is Premier League tested. If he comes in, Liverpool will score the goals and will not have to bother about defending. Now you the officiate obituary with person about that. Somebody just gets accident, the hospital, life support. You don't they do the funeral.